Hi, my name is Rodelio Palejon Jr. from BS Info 1A, and let me show you my code for the variables and data types, which is the activity 1. Write a program that prompts the user to enter their first name, last name, and age. Store this in appropriate variables and display a greeting message, including their full name and age. So, this is my code. We first start with the console write to input the first name. So pwede tayo maglagay ng first name. Pwede nating i-type. Tapos, string. Ang string ay nagko-consist siya ng pwede ka maglagay words. Pwede ka maglagay ng words. Tapos, string name, console read line. Para naman ito, ma-read ng, para lumabas ito sa output. Tapos, kapareho lang naman ito ng last name. Ganun din ang ginawa. Tapos, sa age naman, ang ginamit natin dito ay integers. Int age equals convert to int 32, meaning 32-bit signed integer. Ang 32-bit signed integer ay nagko-consist ng nagre-range siya na sa something 2 billion, negative 2 billion to 2 billion na nagre-range siya dun sa number na yun. Then, console read line para lumabas siya dito sa output. Nandito na tayo sa code sa output. Console write line, then hi, tapos fname. Ito yung pangalan ng sa first name natin, fname. Then gumamit tayo ng concatenate para lagyan ng space yung output. Then last name, tapos your age is age, this one. Then years old. So i-run natin ako. Input your first name, then last name, tapos age. Ito na po yung output. Hi, Rodelio Palejon. Your age is 18 years old.
Right line down. Okay. So for the variables and data types, activity 2, it says here to write a program that calculates the area of a circle. Ask the user to input the radius and store the result in a double variable. Use the formula area is equals to pi times radius raised to 2. So in here, what I have done first is to create a display of my program. So the first thing that I did is to put the console.write line. So the console.write line, it serves as a display, which means anything that you put inside this parenthesis will be shown on the program that you have made. So for the next one is the console.write. So the console.write has the same functions of what writing does. However, this one is continuous and does not make a new line. So for the next one is the integer r is equal to convert dot to integer 32 parenthesis console.readline. So the integer r, this serve as the user's input, and then for the console.readline, this reads the user's input, which this one. Then once the console has read this one, it will be converted into integer 32. The integer 32 converts it into a float, or what you call this one, a double variable, which what we're trying to do. So in here, I also made a display which shows the formula of the area of the circle. So in here, a is equals to pi, then parenthesis, radius, which is the user's input, then raised to 2. So this one is the same, but this one calculates the area of the circle. So in here, double the a, which means it will be converted into many decimal places, then times the radius itself times the radius. The user's input times the same number, the user's input. Then the console write line here, it will be shown, the total of the area of the circle will be shown here. Same goes for this one. However, I put the text, the area of a circle is, then the user's input, the total of the area of the circle. Then that's how you made. Then let's try to run the program. So in here, I'll put any numbers. Let's say 5. Oh wait, let's say number 5. As you can see, here's the formula. Then the total of the area, the calculation of the area of the circle, which is this 78.53, and then another total, which says that the area of the circle is 78.539. So that's how you make the whole variable. That's all. So let's proceed to operators. Activity 1. Write a program that takes two integers as input from the user and performs addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Display the result of each operation. So the first step here, what I have done is to console.writeLine, so it shows the display. Then the float. So the float, then the variables, which is the number 1 and the number 2. So I put the float in order so that the users are allowed to put any fraction numbers. Then for the next one is the display again, which states the integer first number, which is the number 1. Then in here it says number 1 is equals to convert to single console.readline. So the convert to single, this converts the user's input into a floating number, which is the fractions. Then the console.readline, it reads the user's input, or yeah. Same goes for this one. Goes the same method. Then float again. Float, then another variable, so that there will be no confusions to the program. Difference, product, and quotient. So I also put float so that the answers will be shown as a fractions. Then in here, it says, shows the sum, which shows the formula, of the sum, which is number 1 plus number 2. Then for the difference, is equals to number 1 minus number 2. Product is equals to number 1 times number 2, or let's say variables. Then quotient, number 1, then slash, which states divide, then number 2. Then here I put a display, then wrote the sum of the two numbers is the variable, which is the sum, this, or let's say the identifier. Then same method for this. Then that's how it works. Then for the program, let's start the program. So let's put the input number, let's say 4, then 16, I guess. So let's put 4, enter, 16. So the sum of the two number is 60, which shows here it only does addition. See, 20. Then for the difference, only subtraction. Then num1 minus num2, the answer is negative 12. The product of two number is 64. It multiply the number by the variable 1 and the variable 2. So there you have it. And let's go for the next activity.
So, ang next naman natin ay for operators, which is the activity 2. Write a program that checks if a number is even or odd using the modulus operator as the user for input and display the result. So, let me show you my code. Ang ginamit naman natin dito ay integers. Integers ulit kasi number. then console write line, then number, ang pangalan ng ating ito sa integers. Then if that parse console read line para lumabas ulit siya, ma-read ulit siya sa output. Then if ang ginamit dito natin ay if else, if ang number na nilagay mo sa output ay, pero gumamit dito tayo ng modulus, ang meaning nun ay divide. Kapag daw yung number na nilagay natin ay, pag dinivide siya sa 2 at wala itong remainder, ang ibig sabihin nito ay, ito ay even. Kapag ang dinivide na naman natin sa 2 ay may remainder, mag-execute tong code na else, which is, ang lalabas dyan ay add number. So, i-run na natin. Example ng even number ay 44. So, 44 is an even number. So, paano naman kung odd number? Saka, example ay 45. Ang lumabas naman dito ay 45 is an odd number. So, ayun na yun. Thank you.